Moving across the pond, Liz Truss says allegations against trans youth charity Mermaids should be properly looked at. But they're going after the Mermaids organization. What's this about here?
So we're actually going to have a couple of stories on this, but Mermaids, as a trans support organization and charity, is really being raked over the coals in the political system right now in the UK. There are questions on the safeguarding failures on behalf of Mermaids when dealing with trans youth in the UK. She Prime Minister Truss said that breast flattening devices were provided to trans youth behind their parents' back, that the charity promoted harmful medical and surgical procedures to children. And actually, this was not Truss. It was actually uh, Miriam Cates, who was one of the MPs. But essentially, the idea being that Mermaids has done some things that by others that are considered to be harmful to youth, and that is, sort of put them in a place where trans youth may not be getting appropriate care through this organization.
So Madison just popped in and relayed some information to me. I wonder if we're going to get into this to Liz Truss's new finance minister.
It's not on tonight's agenda.
So, according to Miss Madison and the news that she has heard, and we will follow up on this to make sure, but she brought on a new finance minister who then went through and rolled back on all of her policies. I don't know what policies, but we'll have to follow up on that, like I said, and tax policies. And this could basically torpedo her premiership and make her one of the shortest prime ministers of record in the UK. So that's an interesting thing to hear, and we will follow up on that when we know more about that. But interesting to see somebody who is so staunchly anti-trans and is doing so many horrible things already might be on the short ticket there.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at this real quick. She fired her finance minister. Here we go. Liz Truss fired her finance minister and close ally Kwasi Kwarteng. Hours later, she announced a U-turn on their economic package, attempting to calm financial markets and reinforce her shaky leadership position little more than a month after taking office. This is all from NPR. Shortly after sacking the finance minister, Truss held a news conference saying we need to act now to reassure the markets of our fiscal discipline. Let's see. Within days, Finance Minister Kwarteng had proposed a series of tax cuts and spending measures without saying how they would be funded. The proposal led the pound to weaken to a record low against the dollar. Millions of homeowners face steep increases to their mortgage rates, and government borrowing costs skyrocketed. That prompted the Bank of England to step in to prevent crisis. It looks like a little bit of somebody didn't know what they were doing in their job.